Learned human remains were found underneath that neighbor's home in Redlands. Good evening to you. I'm Robert Kavasik.
And I'm Annabelle Sedano. Today, a cadaver dog alerted investigators to an area underneath the home of the man accused of killing that couple. NBC4's Amber Frias is live in Redlands with more on this developing story. Amber.
Annabelle, Robert, we are told it'll take the coroner some time to identify those remains. Police say those remains were found inside bags in a concrete bunker underneath Michael Sparks' home. Now, they say this is also where Sparks was found with a rifle right before he was arrested. Now, Sparks was arrested on suspicion of murder, and police believe at this time that the Menards are dead. Meanwhile, out here, people are still reeling from the shock.
73-year-old Stephanie and 79-year-old Daniel Menard, both well-known and beloved members of Olivedale Ranch, a nudist resort in Redlands, were described by neighbors as a nice couple who mostly kept to themselves.
Dan was very sweet, very loving, especially with his dementia. He really was a sweetheart.
Their sudden disappearance over the weekend left the community on edge. Police started searching for the couple and their dog Cuddles on Sunday after their friend Irene Encraft reported them missing.
Friday, this house right here, they usually go a lot of times down there for potluck and karaoke. And Stephanie and both were good singers, but they didn't show up.
Encraft says she was on her way to church on Sunday when she noticed their abandoned car down the road from their home. Encraft and her husband checked the couple's home, but there were no signs of them. After finding Stephanie's purse and Daniel's cell phone, she called 911. Then, on Thursday, police received a tip from someone at the resort that the couple's neighbor, 62-year-old Michael Sparks, was involved in their disappearance. In an effort to reach him, police used an armored car to enter his home. Using remote video equipment, they found Sparks underneath his home, and after long negotiations, he was arrested.
Because it's very unlike his character of what we know of Mike and how he was constantly around the ranch and how he socialized with us.
Samantha Lorick says she is good friends with Sparks and that so are many other neighbors. She says she knew of differences between Sparks and the Menards, but nothing seemed serious enough to escalate to violence.
We really do care about each other here. We are a family. And just like any other family, sometimes you don't like your family members, but you still care very much about them.
As police continue their investigation on the property, the community, a normally serene and close-knit group, is now gripped by fear and uncertainty.
Now, at this time, the investigation continues. There are still police officers guarding the entrance to the resort. They're only allowing people who live in there to come in and out. Reporting live, Amber Frias, NBC4 News.
Amber, keep us posted. Thank you. Police tonight are investigating a shooting that may have happened inside of a downtown Los Angeles parking garage around 1:30 this afternoon. It all went down on Figueroa and Pico. Investigators say a masked person robbed a man and then shot him. Paramedics rushed the victim to the hospital. We're working to find out just how that victim is doing tonight. Meantime, the shooter still on the loose.
Now to Winnetka, a family shaken and disturbed when an intruder forced his way inside their house. In this case, the father of the home fought back and stabbed the man, all to protect his family. NBC4's Jonathan Gonzalez is live in Winnetka with more on this home invasion. Jonathan.
And Annabelle, even his daughters had to get involved with fighting back against this intruder that broke into their home around 4 a.m. As you said, they're very shaken up, but physically we can report they are doing okay. Meanwhile, we also learned today that the man who broke into their home here behind me also broke into other properties just down the street.
Everybody's traumatized, you know? It's not every day this happens.
Joseph Santos rushed to his parents' Winnetka home around 4 a.m. Friday morning. After they called him to say a man had broken into their house while they were sleeping.
They saw it on the Ring camera, and then the suspect went up the stairs straight into my parents' bedroom.
Joseph says his parents were home with his two sisters. His dad tried to keep the man from entering his bedroom.
They struggled for the door. The guy eventually broke the door open, and yeah, my dad acted in self-defense.
Joseph says his dad grabbed a knife and began to stab the man, while his sisters fought back too.
My sisters took a vacuum cleaner, started hitting him over the head, until, you know, eventually they let him out.
The man was taken into custody and eventually the hospital.
The suspect